Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about friends, specifically college friends, because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I wanted to know if anybody else feels the way I do. Like, does anyone feel like college friends aren't really friends? Like, they're just acquaintances? And that once you stop going to college, you'll probably never see each other ever again. Right? And I feel like this dynamic really happens when it comes to when group projects happen, right? Like it just feels like everybody's there to do a job, and it makes sense. I mean it makes sense, right? In like a workplace setting, sure, but we're still in college. Like we're meant to like be building actual connections, and a lot of the time it just feels like everybody's just there to use each other just to get projects done, and then they would just stop talking once it is. Like during the diploma, I felt like people would actually be there for you and hang out after college. I mean, I still do it in degree, but once we but once we got into degree, like the ones who, like the ones that didn't continue on with degree, we kind of just stopped hanging out completely. And the ones that did continue on with degree did hang out. We do hang out sometimes, but it just doesn't feel the same, I guess. And it's not like I'm not talking about my entire group there, and like this whole thing is mainly there's this one specific friend that I'm not gonna say his name or anything, but he just doesn't feel like a real friend, you know? Like he feels less like a friend than ever since we started degree. Like we were friends since diploma, and now we're in our degree, and even in diploma he didn't feel like that much of a friend, and now that we're in degree he feels like even less of a friend. So I'm gonna go more deep into it now. It just feels like he's in our group because he doesn't know anyone else, and he just feels fake, like Sonic calling Shadow the Faker, or Shadow calling Sonic the Faker, something like that. And I feel like I'm faking myself when I'm around him too, and it's just not someone, and he's just not someone that makes me want to continue being friends with him. And looking back, he was doing weird stuff even in diploma. Like he would leave us for another group if he thought that group of people was better. And to be fair, I guess during diploma when it first started, we weren't that close, so I was pretty understanding of that. But later on, like once we got to like the fifth or sixth semester, he would still do it, and it's kind of like kind of scummy, I guess. And like right at the start, and now that I'm talking about this even more, is like right at the start of degree, first degree semester, before everyone knew each other, right? We had to make our group had already agreed to be a 6-person group because the teacher required it, right? The lecturer required a group of 6 people, but then before we formed the groups, our lecturer made everyone do like an ice breaking thing in class. So our 6 people group, our 6-person group got split up, and this guy ended up ice breaking. Like this guy with 2 other members ended up ice breaking with a group of strangers, and me and my other 2 friends ended up ice breaking with a group of girls, which were also strangers. While yeah, and like after 30 minutes, I think, of the ice breaking, he came back with the other 2 members and tried to persuade us, the other part of the group, to split up. Like he was like he was ready to completely abandon the 3 of us to join this group of strangers that he just met half an hour ago. And not only did he try to abandon us, he wanted to drag the other two with him to join the group of strangers. The group of strangers that they just met half an hour ago. Just because they were close to graduating. And what's worse, he like tried to persuade us to join with the group of girls because we're all single, and quite frankly, the girls were very pretty. But I'm sort of like an incel. I don't really talk to girls that much, so I didn't really want to, and I don't really like interacting with new people that much. But you know, he still gave us like the option to choose. Like, he didn't choose, he let us choose instead. So I chose to continue with the group that we have already determined before, you know, the ice breaking thing happened. So continued on with him anyways. The other two didn't even want to go with him either. They were all just waiting on me because, I don't know, I guess I'm like the de facto leader or something. So they kind of all just waited for me to decide, and I decided that I didn't want to split up the group. And honestly, looking back at it now, I think that was pretty heartless, kind of. And yeah, and ever since then, it showed me that he's not really trustworthy anymore. And furthermore, I don't know why you said furthermore there. It's like I'm writing a report or something. But so, and what he did recently really ticked me off. And it's like, he totally betrayed me. I'm not gonna lie. So at the start of this semester, right, he asked me to give him my previous individual reports from our diploma time. I got a 3.4, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I got a 3.4 GPA in my diploma. And since, you know, I thought we were good friends, I didn't ask too many questions and just gave my old reports to him, you know, because, you know, we're friends and stuff. So like, you'd probably think, well, what is he going to do with the old reports? He can't do anything with that, right? So he took my old reports and then fed them to AI. I don't know which AI he uses, but he uses a bunch of them. And then he threw all my reports into them. And now he basically has like a bunch of AI doing all of his individual degree assignments with my exact writing style, which that's fucking cheating. Because he literally used AI to duplicate the way I write things just so he can cheat his way to a better GPA, which is like, you know, I'm not happy about that. But at the same time, it's kind of my fault for trusting him. Trusting a friend, I guess. It's my fault for trusting a friend. And this is exactly why... Okay, and this is exactly why I feel like companies shouldn't look at GPAs anymore when hiring fresh graduates, especially in courses like international business where we're taking, where we don't even have exams, right? Unless we take a financing or accounting subject, and GPAs can just be cheated now. So like, I feel like they shouldn't be looking at that. And not only that, it's like, okay, go a little bit off topic, but like, let's go back. It's like so unfair, right? Like, it's my work. He's copying my style. And what's worse is that because he's doing it with AI, he finishes it and submits it way earlier than I do. And so by the time I actually finish my work, my original work that I do on my own, the lecturer might look at it and think I'm the one who copied him. Which is fucked up. It's not fair, you know? Like, that's annoying. But at the same time, it's kind of my fault for trusting him. So, it's my fault. So, right now, I'm like in a weird situation, I guess. Difficult situation, I guess. Like, I absolutely I don't want to be in a group with him in the next semester anymore. I don't even want to be in the same group with him anymore. and I don't even want to hang out with him in college. Like, I don't even want to be his friend anymore, right? But the problem is, like, my other friends will probably still be willing to group up with him because he hasn't done the same thing to them. And I know that if I leave the group, the other two will most likely choose to follow me and be in a group with me instead of him. So I'm kind of stuck because I don't want to be like the reason that the group that they don't want to be in the same group with him or like create drama and stuff. But at the same time, like, I can't keep being friends with this guy. He's just doesn't feel like he's a good friend. And it makes me appreciate my friendship with my diploma friends a lot more, because I'm not the type of person that wants to be friends with anyone. And I don't want to be like faking myself just so people like me, right? I want people to like me for my personality, not for like the benefits or like what I can, or like the usefulness I can bring, or my usefulness that I can provide to them, I guess. A lot of relationships, I feel like nowadays, they only focus on what they can get out of each other, and then I just think it's depressing in a way. Like, back when we first started diploma, right? We kind of had like this outcast boy group who like didn't really talk to girls, and it just feels like the outcast boy group has like a genuine feel to it. I don't know. Like, back in high school, like, I noticed guys who talk to girls would fake themselves a lot more, but when they just hung out with like me, for example, they were way more wild and way more like, you know, dark humor and shit with their jokes, which they just don't do in front of girls, and it feels like they're faking it, right? And that's what our group felt like at first. Actually, it does feel like that, just like genuine stuff. Except for the AI guy, right? At first, he wasn't that open yet, and by the second semester of diploma, right, our like we had like we needed 6 people for a group project again, and this is where we met our number 6 for the group. And he, even though like our number 6 for the group met us a whole semester later than AI guy, his chemistry with us was way better. Like, no contest. He actually like put in effort to hang out with us outside of school. I mean, we still hung out with the AI guy outside of school, but that was like usually after college, you know, like directly after college, not anything. Like, let's say Tuesday, no college. We don't have to go to college on Tuesday. He wouldn't hang out with us on Tuesday, but this guy would. And number 6 here, he didn't even live close by, right? But he would travel all the way just to meet up with us, meet up with me. Like he would go, like, he would drive all the way to find me, and then drive me to the place we would eat together. Like, that's a W friend. I don't know what else to say about that. And like, now he's working and he's not doing the degree with us. He's just working now. And I feel like I should make the effort to go see him in person in the future too, because, you know, he's tired from looking at screens all day, and I don't want to like just meet up with him, ask him to play games with us, you know. Like, I feel like that's what a good friend would do. Like, they put in effort to meet each other, and I kind of want to do that. So I guess like my final realization out of this whole situation is that people just need to be more, I feel like people need to be more genuine. And for anyone that's watching this video, like, if you feel like someone just doesn't click with you, or like you feel like they're faking it in some way, like, honestly, chances are you're probably right. Like, just like, you don't have to be paranoid or anything, but just like, be careful around that person when you two are alone. Like, especially if they're asking for favors or they want to borrow your stuff, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much my whole take on college friendships. I feel like people are faker, a lot faker in college. And I don't like, and you know, maybe you guys have some advice for me. I don't know. So, you know, just let me know what you guys think. Like, have you had a friend that did this? Are you still friends with them? Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. Bye bye.